Okay, hey guys, welcome back. I figured out how to do this, so that's good. I'm gonna try to just go there and just bring a lot of meat and stuff. I'm not sure how I forget how you're supposed to do that, but it's too cold up there. Okay. So, I guess I still have more notes about this game. I guess it's good to talk about this game while I'm playing it instead of like playing Mario Sunshine and talking about it, because I am thinking of like new stuff as I'm playing it. I don't know why that didn't happen when I played other games. Like I wasn't thinking of anything about the game to talk about. I was just looking at my notes. I guess I don't really play that many games, but I feel like the games that you play is mostly like, I don't know, I feel like even the open world games that I've played, so the main, something that is bad about this game is the, in my opinion, is the voice acting and the writing to some extent, and also the lip syncing. This game has cutscenes, but they still feel, I mean, everything looks good, but it feels dated. Like the cutscenes feel dated. I guess most of it has to do with lip syncing. They also put subtitles at the bottom, which is like, I feel like I'm too far away from the microphone. That's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. Can you take off this? I never even looked. There's not that many cutscenes, so I never. I bet you can't take off the subtitles, right? No, right? Yeah, I had a feeling you couldn't, but I never looked. That to me is telling me that they know that the lip syncing isn't good, and they want you to be reading the subtitles instead of looking at the characters, which is like, come on, like I want to watch, I want to look at the characters, like that's how you connect with them. That maybe there is a way to do it, but these are all the options, right? And I don't see it here. VR goggles. I didn't know Switch had VR goggles. Yeah, so they I don't know, maybe there is a better explanation for why they have those subtitles, like you can't take them off. But I never like having subtitles on. And to me that's like they're they don't want you to look at the lip syncing because it's not good. I have to make sure I don't die. Am I gonna make it? Yeah, I should be okay. Right? There's something about the dialogue, the way it's voice acted, it feels off. I don't know what it is. Okay, I have a bunch of stuff, right? No, not that much. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just because there's not that much, so you don't have that much time to like connect with the characters. But I feel like even the dialogue they do have it doesn't feel right. The main one that sticks out is Zelda. She sounds weird. She's like a British girl, and it doesn't sound right. I guess you might say, well, maybe that's because you're not used to voice acting in a Zelda game, but that can't be the reason. And like, I can feel myself wanting to connect with the story and the characters. Like any little thing that's good about like some of the dialogue that's like interesting. Like I like this idea that I mean there's so little story in this game. The one thing that was like interesting was like Zelda was having trouble praying to the. She has this like responsibility to pray to each of the prayer stones, and she was having trouble. Like she didn't feel like she was doing it right, or it was working. Like she wasn't feeling anything, and she was saying like there's one cutscene where she was like, on your 16th birthday you get to go to the top of this mountain, and she was saying maybe that's gonna be the one, and that was kind of nice. I liked that little side story, but like there's so little. I wonder why I care about story so much, because it seems like other people don't. Obviously, like I don't know if maybe people really like, or maybe the ending is really like emotional or something, but this game got a 97 because it's it does open world stuff, and it does like gameplay mechanics and like controls, everything, all that stuff is really good. Maybe that's just stuff critics care about, but I don't know. But I care a lot about story and characters. Unless it's a game like, I don't know, Tetris or even like I was talking about Rocket League before. I really like Rocket League. I mean, there's no story in Rocket League, but I played it for a long time. I think if you're gonna make a game and you're gonna have characters that are like humanoid characters, obviously I'm gonna connect with them because they're human, and I spend a lot of time with them. So I'm gonna care about their story, and if there's no story, I'm gonna be disappointed, I guess. Hit it. I've never really understood the idea of that, but I guess it makes sense. You build up momentum when it's frozen, but like if you hit it when it's not frozen, it won't move. But if you hit it when it is frozen once, it'll move further, so that doesn't really make sense. Has it been 15 minutes already? Can't be. I didn't even talk about anything today. People must have brought up I somehow I was able to stay away from like spoilers and stuff and reviews. The bosses are pretty boring. There's one boss that's pretty interesting. That's the Thunder boss, where you have to like hit him with like, you have to use his electricity against him. Which is pretty interesting. But other than that, it's just like get a bunch of arrows and just shoot it at the guy, and then you'll beat him. Okay, so this is pretty. Obviously, the idea is like they give you this, and now it's like, well, now use it. So that's good. That's a good game design. already? I feel like I didn't talk that much about story stuff. What else do I have to say about that? I was talking about the bosses. I feel like I should have more to say than just like they're bad and boring, but that's kind of how I feel. It's just like it really surprised me that like all the bosses are just like water Ganon, thunder Ganon, fire Ganon. Like they don't try to be creative at all with the bosses. That surprised me. And I guess in the back of my head when they were saying there are 4 divine beasts, I'm like, well, that's not a lot. They must have other stuff to do, like other dungeons. There must be more than 4, but there's not. There's only 4. I mean, the point of this game is to explore the world, but I feel like they don't give you too much interesting in the world to explore. Like, I'm always just going to a shrine, or I'm going to a tower. It seemed like they were trying to... I mean, they do... There are puzzles that involve the shrines, like you have to do certain puzzles and quests to unlock the shrines. And some of the towers have like little tricks to them. But you can kind of get around those tricks. Usually there's like just a high point you can find and then just glide down to the tower. You don't really have to do the puzzles that they put there for you, which is like... That seems weird that they would do that. Like, they would set up these puzzles, and then it's just like, well, just find a high point and glide down, and then you can get to the tower. There was one more shrine up there somewhere. I think it was up there. Some apples. Okay, that's a good place to stop, and then I'll find... What am I supposed to do here? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.